You have to start?
So you have to be, okay. You have to be able to be animated. You should be protesting in the streets. Till we start seeing protests, people really understanding. I'm not talking just in Israel, Jews here. Now we got a golden opportunity. We are never been closer to a basic mikdash than we are right now with Trump. Just like Koresh, you look it up in Isaiah 45, you look it up in the beginning of the book of Ezra, and you're going to see this man Koresh was predicted 200 years before he was born, and when he was showed that his name there, he went crazy, he went nuts, he couldn't believe it, and he said, yeah, the Jews can go back, and they can build the base of Mikdash, go ahead with my blessing. We have someone who might be, in my opinion, a potential Gilgal of Koresh. And if we present the right things to him, he might have the ability to I don't know, tell Netanyahu, there's no pressure on you to give the land away to Israel, to the Arabs anymore. You can stop this fiction called this peace process, and you can do what's good for the Jewish people. So I don't know what it will take to get to him, to someone to go and present this kind of an overview of this kind of a presentation to Donald Trump, the president-elect, that maybe you should take a leading role in trying to convince the Israeli authorities they should get out of the way. And let the Jews who want this have this. If they're going to consent to putting a synagogue up there after 49 years of stonewalling us, of going up there and even making a minyan up there for all these years, the only reason they're giving in is because they don't want to be giving into the temple service, which they don't want. It's not just because the Arabs are going to riot, it's not just because they're going to lose control, it's because their power base is going to melt if we have the fruition of the dreams and the nevuos and the prophecies that we've been yearning for 2,000 years. Their authority is going to melt. And that's what they don't want. So they'll block this by letting us have a synagogue. Don't fall for this ruse. And I've told you before, don't fall for the ruse that the David Rockefeller's Foundation is putting forward, that they're going to come and build the Shlomo Melech's temple back for us. We don't want the first temple rebuilt. We don't want the second temple. There's a third temple in Yechezkel. The last 10 Prakim chapters of Yechezkel talk about what the third base of Mikdash will look like. And the third base of Mikdash will look nothing like the first and the second. It'll have the basic shape of the outlook, but it'll be much broader and much bigger scale. So we're not going to fall for the Rockefeller Foundation either of making inroads and saying, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Because what they mean is for Lucifer and for all sorts of sickness, and we don't need their help. Just like the second base of Mikdash Jews said to the Samaritans, the Kutim, we don't want your help, you're not really Jews, we don't want anything to do with you. That's what we say to the Goyish world, we don't need your help, we don't want you. Only thing is that maybe because we don't deserve, because we're not able to go up en masse to Eretz Yisrael like we should, for all the different reasons that people use, that they're not able to go. And one of the main reasons is they might be persecuted if they have these kind of ideas, but still we're not going to Eretz Yisrael, so maybe we need Goyish help. But that's only the leader, Koresh. We don't need Samaritans to help us build the base of Mikdash. We don't need David Rockefeller to help us build the base of Mikdash. We need Donald Trump's help probably, because we just don't have the vision properly to get our act together as a people by ourselves. But everybody's on a different page. Hundreds of thousands of Jews everywhere in the world are on a different page of what's important, of what's our priority and what we need to do.
I was saying he's also a builder.
That's right. That's right. I remember seeing many years ago. I didn't know how they knew Trump was going to be president, but many years ago I saw a cartoon in a paper somewhere, a political ad. It said, "Show the White House," and behind it said Trump Towers. He's going to be building up there. So yeah, we can let him come in and help us build the base of Mikdash if Eliyahu Navi decides to show up anytime soon, because we deserve him.
Could Trump be Mashiach?
No, he can't. He's not Jewish. But he could be Koresh, some descendant or Gilgal of the man who helped us and allowed us to build the second base of Mikdash. I have a whole scenario with this thing was like a whole Purim story. I've been saying for years that the only thing that's going to save America is another Purim story. right? And the only thing that's going to save Israel is another Hanukkah story. And maybe that's why these two miracles, these two holidays came right before this long exile. So that we would know, Maisa Avot Siman Labanim, the actions and deeds of the fathers are assigned to the sons, to the children, that what they went through, you're going to go through. And I think we just had, it didn't have to be a bloody thing. Purim was a bloody thing. We had to go to war with a bunch of Amalekites. Here we had a bloodless coup. We had an election that shocked the world, that nobody thought he was going to win. And they thought for sure, at least it was rigged by the wrong forces, so it was going to be taken away and stolen. But here we had, Ivanka is Esther, she converted to Judaism. Right? Trump is Charvona Zocher Latov, the one who pointed out the gallows to get Haman hung. Haman is either like the UN or some force in the world that wants to deny us Yerushalayim. It just seems like a whole Purim story. Behind the scenes, Hashem pulled the levers to make sure that this man won, so that we wouldn't have to go through the 8 years of agony of a presidency that would, be a full court pressure on Israel.
And a lot of people
start to
praying.
finish. What?
Many people praying. Jews and non-Jews alike.
Yeah. So